Hey guys, can you hear me? If you guys can hear me, go ahead and just type yes in the box for me, okay? I just want to make sure everybody can hear. Awesome, cool. Okay, everybody, I can see Loretta, Melanie. I think it's Melanie. Lisa, Joseph, awesome. Okay, guys. Okay. All right. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock. It's 7:01. I'm not sure if I've met you guys before, if you guys are members of the South Atlanta REIA or not members. If you are a member, say yes, and if you're not a member, say no. So I can kind of know how many people I'm talking to. Awesome. Okay, no, yes, Maddie is. Okay. Joseph isn't, Lisa. Okay, good. All right, so good. Yeah, so the purpose of this webinar is really to just to talk to everybody and let everybody know all the benefits of joining the South Atlanta REIA. And also, could you do me a favor and type into the chat box if you're an investor, if you're already investing, or if you're a realtor maybe, or what you're thinking. Are you wanting to learn how to invest? Are you already investing? Are you a realtor that wants to invest? Are you a contractor that wants to learn how to invest? Because really the South Atlanta REIA is basically, the purpose of the South Atlanta REIA is to guide and teach people how to invest in real estate, right? Yeah, so go ahead and type. Okay, so Joseph, okay, Lisa's a realtor. She wants to learn how to invest. Joseph says, I'm new, but I'm wanting to learn how to invest. Okay, good. Melanie says, an investor beginner looking for the first investment now. Okay, cool, awesome, okay. All right, so welcome to the South Atlanta REIA, and I'm very glad that you guys are getting on. I decided to do this webinar and record, and I want to record it so I can put it on the website, so people can come to our website and then watch this video whenever they want. Loretta says she's a commercial realtor and she thinks she's a member of this group. So that's really a good point. Is this group? This is the South Atlanta REIA. All right. There are a lot of groups that teach investing, or you meet up, or you network, or whatever for investing. There's really so many groups out there. And a lot of them do networking, and and not any of them are going to be bad. I mean, it's really just kind of you find the one that fits you, your personality, and your goals. Okay, so I'm Stacy Rossetti. I'm the owner of the South Atlanta REIA, and I started the South Atlanta REIA 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago now, like February of 2017. And this is my way of giving back. I've been investing now for almost 10 years. I came in right at the upturn at 2010 is when I came in. 2010, 2011, did my first flip then. And ever since then, I've just been rocking and rolling, and done a lot of flips over the past, oh my gosh, I've done so many. I've done too many flips, and I've done a lot of wholesale deals. Right now, I'm getting out of flipping. I'm getting out of wholesaling, because I feel like I really just want to do more of the educating, and what I do is I do storage facilities. All right, so that's my thing now. So by storage facilities, because basically what we teach in the South Atlanta REIA is the balance that you need to have as an investor between active income and passive income, right? Everybody wants to have those huge big checks, right? But the thing is that you never know when that's going to come, right? I'm literally finishing up 12 rehabs right now, and they were all supposed to be finished months ago, and they're still like dragging on and on and on, so like you can't really, it's really hard to budget. So it's great to have those really big checks coming in, but you also want to have that passive income, right, coming in. And so that we kind of teach that in the South Atlanta REIA. So this past month at the South Atlanta REIA, we had Mr. Landlord come in, not Mr. Landlord, excuse me, the landlord coach come in. His name is Mark Dolfini, and basically he teaches passive income and how to really set the foundations of your business up so that you can start building that passive income. And then like, you know, and then we teach also wholesaling and rehabbing. And everybody wants to learn all these things. But for me personally, wholesaling and rehabbing, I call them the gateway drugs, right? Because you come in and everybody wants to learn how to wholesale and rehab, and everybody thinks that they want to rehab. But in the end, what you realize is those are just jobs. You always want to focus on the active income, because every once in a while these big checks are awesome, but you want to focus on that passive income as well too, right? So we call that multiple streams of income, right? We're always teaching you all the different ways that you can make money in real estate. And that's really kind of the focus of the South Atlanta REIA, is I want you to become a transaction engineer. I want you to be able to, whatever kind of a deal comes across your plate, know what you can do with that, all right? So the South Atlanta REIA, the purpose and the mission of the South Atlanta REIA is affordable financial literacy, right? And everything I do within the South Atlanta REIA always falls back to that. So in my mind, when I'm thinking about all the different things that we want to teach or we want to offer, the question is, does it fall within our mission? And our mission is affordable financial literacy, right? So there are so many people, there's so many gurus out there and all these teachers that they want you to invest 30, 40, 50, 60, $70,000 to learn how to invest in real estate. And actually I did that as well too. I've spent over 40 grand just to learn how to invest in real estate, right? And as I realized over the past like 7, 8, 9 years, I realized that you don't have to spend that much money to learn how to invest in real estate. All right, so my purpose, my goal is to let everybody know that the South Atlanta REIA is here to help you learn how to invest. Now, we can teach you, we can give you the tools, we can teach you, we do workshops on wholesaling and rehabbing and subject to and notes and passive income and marketing yourself and all different kinds of things that you want to learn. We can teach you all this, right? But you're the one that has to go out and take the action, right? You're the one that has to go out and do everything. Okay, so we can only help you so much. Okay, but so that's the purpose of the South Atlanta REIA, and I'm very passionate about helping everybody in Atlanta to achieve their goals, and I'm going to provide as much as I possibly can to you guys so that you can do that. And so what I want to do today is that once you get to know me, you're going to know that I'm not like a PowerPoint type of a person. I'm a teacher. I'm like a hands-on teacher. I'm like a workshop teacher. I want to make sure that you actually, like, when you leave my classes, you're going to have like stuff that you can take out and actually do. You're not just going to have a book full of notes, something like that. Okay. And also when I do my webinars, I'm never going to have any rarely am I going to have PowerPoints, because I just like to talk, and I like for you guys to see me so you can see that that I am passionate about this. So we actually moved for this is starting in June, on June 5th. So we meet on the first Wednesday of every month. And just so y'all know, I have a lot to go over in the next hour, so I'm going to go fast. So if y'all have any questions, just put them into the chat box, and we'll answer them either as I go or at the end as well. But I talk really fast and I go over stuff really fast. So I just want you, and I know your time is very valuable, so I want to make sure that I'm not, taking up a lot of your time. But anyway, so we used to meet at a different location, and our contract just expired, so I decided to up it. Right, so now we meet at the 4 Points by Sheraton, which is kind of like, it's just south of the 285 and the 20 on the west side. Okay, it's a very nice hotel. I am so excited about this. And then what we're doing is this June 5th, which is the first Wednesday of every month, is our main meeting. We're adding a couple of new things. All right, so you can see the new schedule here. Okay, so we are going to be meeting in the from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. We're going to be meeting and we're masterminding, right? So it's open to anybody, because I do have 2 masterminds that we're going to go over that are for members only. But this mastermind is basically like anybody that wants to come, you can come for one time for free to the South Atlanta REIA and check us out. Get there at 5 o'clock and we're going to mastermind. And masterminding is basically like, you're going to tell me what your challenges are, and then us as a group, we're going to all solve those challenges, right? And I love masterminding. That's one of my most favorite things. So I do hold several groups that we're going to go over on that for members. And then also from 5 to 6, we're going to do for this month, we're going to try free food, right? So free food, we're going to have a really nice, like a table of like food or whatever. I don't know what they're going to do. Anyway, so free food is from 5 to 6. And then from 5 to 6 is also the mastermind. And then from 6 to 6:30, we always do new member orientation, where it's me kind of going over like the gist of what the South Atlanta REIA offers, so that you kind of get an idea. And there's so many things that we offer. So sometimes, like even in an hour, we may not be able to get all of it in, right? So you can come in from 6 to 6:30 and say, oh, I didn't know you offered that, because we offer really a lot of stuff. So. And then from 6 to 7:30, we always have what we call the vendor palooza. And the vendors are, we have basically anybody and everybody that you can, that you need to build your investment team will be at the vendor palooza, right? So we've got at least 4 or 5 different lenders there. Everybody always says, how do I get the money there? Everybody's always worried about the money. The money is actually the easiest part, right? We've got lenders that will give you if the deal is good, they will literally give you the money. So you're going to go and meet all the lenders. We've got 2 attorneys that are vendors, and these are all investor-friendly attorneys. So they will be there to answer any questions. And one of them, Josh Rand, is one of our attorneys, and he literally just did a workshop like maybe a week or 2, and like a 3-hour workshop where he went over all contracts, he went over probate, and he went over like bankruptcy, and he just answered all questions about like, investing from like an attorney's perspective. It was an awesome workshop. So we have like really good workshops like that. Let's see what else. So what else we have? We have a stager, we have a property manager, we have let's see what else. We have so many different types of vendors. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to show that to y'all so y'all can see that. I'm going to show you, this is the main website right here. So you just go to southatlantareia.com and you're going to click on the vendors. And this is like, if you want to become a vendor, you would come here, but there's what we call the vendor directory. Okay. And the vendor directory is where you're going to find all the vendors. Okay, so that's right. Yeah. So we have Law Clerk on Demand. That's Deanna Britt. She's going to be doing a webinar in the next couple of weeks, and she basically gets lists for everybody, and then she teaches direct mail marketing. That's her thing. Auction.com is a vendor. Advanta IRA. He teaches like how to do self-directed IRAs, how to utilize them, and then we have a contractor, we've got attorneys, we've got lenders, we've got wholesalers, we've got Flow Traction. She teaches people how to budget their money. She's an investor. She's like, her name is Tish Henderson, and she's going to be doing we're going to be doing a money boot camp in August. It's all things money, but it's not like money as in like finding money. It's more money like in how to manage your money, right? Because like we all have problems with that, right? So, the money boot camp will be August 10th and 11th, or it's like a Saturday and Sunday, so whatever days those are. And Tish will be teaching budgeting. And then Roger Herring is our accountant, the accountant. He's going to be teaching cash flow as well. So it's going to be like awesome boot camp. Let's see. JM Capital is a lender. Josh Rand is the attorney that I was talking about. Baker Collins is a lender. So these are all lenders here. Net Worth is a wholesaler. And then there's our stager. There's Ground Floor. There's another lender. AccuPlan is also another lender. And then Flipology and Legal Shield are not lenders, I'm sorry, vendors. And then Privy is a vendor. Privy is a comping software. So if you basically have no way to do your comps, Privy is basically the company that you would want to use to do that. So you can always at any time go, and we're always putting new vendors on. You can always go to the vendors directory. This is on the South Atlanta REIA main page, all right? So this is open to everybody as well, okay? So really as a member, you want to get familiar with the main website, okay? And you want to just kind of play around with it. And that's what I want to show you guys tonight on the webinar. As we go back to this, we have the Vendor Palooza from 6 to 7:30. From 6:30 to 7, we have speed networking. And that's like, if you've not done the speed networking, that is like the funnest thing ever, right? So basically everybody lines up, and then you have 1 minute to pitch yourself to the other person, right? And get to know each other, change cards, and essentially within like 30 minutes, you're going to meet like 20 to 25 people. And you're gonna know like basically everybody in the room. You're gonna know at least 20 people in the room, right? So that way, when you come to the main meetings, you're not just like sitting down and doing nothing, right? So at my meetings, I make you guys get up, network, go to the Vendor Palooza, do the speed networking, so that you can start building the rapport with all these people and building your community. That's what the South Atlanta REIA is about, is essentially you want to have those people around you that you can turn to and ask questions to, like when you have a deal that you come across that you don't know what to do with. A lot of people just message me, but the truth is that you have the entire community to help you. And once you become a member of the South Atlanta REIA, you will be invited to our private Facebook group, right? And within the private Facebook group, that's where you can ask all your questions, like, hey, I'm struggling with marketing. What should I do? How should I market? Or, hey, is this a good deal? Or where can I find a contractor or something like that? Okay, so you'll have access to that. And then from 7 to 7:30, we always have the main speaker speaking for an hour and a half. And we always have the best main speakers, all right? So like I said, last month we had the landlord coach. This month we have Bob McIntosh coming to talk about marketing and branding yourself on social media, right? So basically what he does is he teaches you as like an investor how to get leads from like social media. That's what he teaches. And he is amazing. He's actually one of my coaches. And he's taught me a lot of online stuff. So I highly recommend that y'all come check that one out. And 9 to 10 o'clock is the meeting after the main meeting. So then after the main meeting, we're all going to go to the bar. We're going to hang out, talk, network, and some people stay until like forever. Some people leave immediately, but a lot of people want to stay and talk and hang out. And so right after the main meeting, we just go over to the bar, we hang out. And if you want to have a drink, you can. If you don't, you don't, okay? And so that's kind of the first Wednesday of every month. That's the whole main meeting night. So it's really a lot of fun. I hope you guys take a night and just come and just experience it, because it really is a great night. Now, I did see one question, and it was from Joseph, and he said, are you affiliated with the Atlanta REIA? Or is that a separate group? And we are not affiliated with the Atlanta REIA at all. There's the Georgia REIA, which is an actual REIA, okay, which means that they belong to the national REIA, all right? And then there's the South Atlanta REIA, and I am a REIA. I belong to the national REIA, okay? And then the Atlanta REIA is not. Atlanta REIA is just a group, basically. It's just another group out there. It's not really a REIA as per se, like the Georgia REIA and the Atlanta REIA are. I mean, and the South Atlanta REIA are. And the Georgia REIA is also a very good group, and they meet like way north. You always want to go check them out. And I would consider them kind of like an older, like more older traditional type of REIA. And the South Atlanta REIA is very like progressive. It's very like we we like we like to do like new types of marketing, new types of, like something like Facebook bots or like social media. We bring a lot of speakers that are coming in about like kind of newer stuff, whereas the Georgia REIA is very kind of like older, traditional. There's nothing wrong with it at all, but it's a great group. I love them, and I love everybody over there as well too. So you might want to check them out. And the Atlanta REIA is just, and it's actually an alliance. It's not an association. They're just an alliance. They're just another group. So, and let's see. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to show y'all a little bit on the main page, so that we can just go over everything. Once we bring that up, I want to show you not only the main page, but the members directory, right? So that y'all, not the member directory, the members site. So you can see, like, once you get into the member site, what you get. Because our member site is so robust and it offers so much value, okay? So, okay, so the main meeting, when you come to the main site, you're going to see, what I wanted to point out to you is that you always have like the next week's on this section, you on the main page, you always have the next week's meetings that are coming up. And then here's how you can join the private Facebook group. And then here also is, I wanted to point out another webinar that you can watch, which I did, which is called Should I or Shouldn't I Invest in Real Estate? And in this webinar, I go over literally every single type of way that you can invest in real estate. Okay, so we go over tax liens and notes and storage facilities and wholesaling and virtual wholesaling and rehabbing and remote rehabbing, and like literally like 20 or 25 different ways that you can invest in real estate. We focus on teaching all of those, right? So it's a really good webinar if you have time. It's like 45 minutes or something. And okay, so there's that. Every year we always have our Christmas gala, right? So you want to make sure that y'all can come to that, and that's why you can come here and check out all the winners of the Christmas gala. And then what I want to show you here is you can click on benefits, and you can see all of the benefits of joining the South Atlanta REIA. Okay, so and this is where you can, and this is, if you come here, you just scroll through. So we have the vendors, and then we have benefits, and then we have partners, okay? And so the benefits come from the national REIA, right? These are all kind of like the national REIA goes around to all these companies and says like, hey, give us some discounts, and they do that. And then I do the partners. I go around to like local Atlanta companies and I say, hey, can we get this or this or this or whatever, and get like, some discounts or whatever. So Podio, if anybody doesn't know Podio, just real fast, Podio is like the back office that we use. A lot of wholesalers use to set their business up. REI Pro is another also back office that you can use to manage your company and set it up. You can always ask, when you become members of the South Atlanta REIA, you get a discount for these. You have also like an auction service here. Hammerson is like a QuickBooks thing that you get discounts for QuickBooks, and it's actually like it's like rehabbing and QuickBooks and then like merging that together. Constant Contact, everybody knows, is like you get a discount for doing like email blasts. Build Zoom is where you can find contractors. Right, so we're a national partner with them, and essentially what you do is you call and talk to them and say like, hey, I'm a South Atlanta REIA member, and they'll ask for your, information, and then they'll say, okay, like we're going to find you 3 contractors that we screen, and we say these are good ones. You try these and get bids from those or whatever. So that's Build Zoom. Arcana is the insurance company that everybody uses for like risk, for like, vacant home properties and stuff like that, rental properties. So it's like an investor's insurance company. Legal Shield, this is where I use Legal Shield. This is where you get like free legal advice. I mean, literally, especially if you're an investor, you're always going to have attorneys, right, for everything. So, I use Legal Shield all the time. And for instance, when we go onto the member site, I'm going to show you that we have a forms directory on there. So if you don't have any forms at all, then you would want to get onto the forms directory, and then you will have all the contracts that I use. Basically, what I did is I just sent all those contracts over to Legal Shield, and I said, hey, can you guys please check these out and just make sure that they're okay, because I want to start using them. So they did. They reviewed every single one of them, gave them a thumbs up, and then I stuck them on the member site for the forms directory. And in the forms directory, so now everybody has access to those forms. So that's what Legal Shield does. Is they do a lot of stuff, but the one thing that I love is that it's free legal advice, and then it's like they review all your contracts and like give you advice on those as well too. So. And let's see, Equity Trust is an IRA company. House Canary is like a marketing data company. The Home Depot also, okay, so with the Home Depot, as a member of the South Atlanta REIA, we have a South Atlanta REIA Home Depot account. Okay, and so what that means is that when you become a member of the South Atlanta REIA, you get to register your card and your information under the South Atlanta REIA account, and then you will get all of the discounts that we have. What we do is we combine everybody's costs into one account, and that creates buying power. Okay, so we have to spend a couple $100,000 a year. The more that we spend, right, then the higher the discount is. So on some things you can get up to 65% off, but on average you're getting like 20 to 25% off. And the one thing with Home Depot that I love is that now we have, with our Home Depot group account, because we spend so much money there, we have our own rep. Right? So now we have a guy, his name is Hutch, and he basically, you can call him up and send him orders, and he'll manage all of that for you. And then on top of that, he makes sure that he gives you all the discounts. And so, for instance, like let's say you're getting some roofing materials or whatever that you need, right? He'll say like, oh yeah, you wanted to get like this tie, but we actually get 50% off of this one. Would you rather get this one than that one? Right? And you say, well, yeah, of course I want to get that one. So he does, that's kind of what he does, is he's like, we spend so much money with Home Depot now that they just give us this, they gave us a rep. And so this rep represents us, and then he orders everything for us. Okay. And he comes to the meeting every single month, and he talks about it, and you can introduce yourself to him, and you can learn about that program. But it's amazing. I mean, I bought doors like for a whole house that was supposed to be around $5,000, and it came out to like $3,500. So I saved like $1,500 just on my doors. So I love the Home Depot program. All right, so that's part of the Home Depot. And then on top of that, you get like 20% off paint, and you get 20% off of appliances as well through Hutch. Okay, so very, very good program. Home Depot, not Home Depot, Office Depot as well. We have our own separate group account for Office Depot, and then once you become a member, you get the secret login, and then you go into like the member site that South Atlanta REIA has, which has like 25% off. It's like anywhere from like 5 to 25% off of like all office supplies, and everything that you need from Home Depot is all, Office Depot is all there, right? So you get this like huge discounts. It's on all kinds of stuff, like laptops and chairs and desks. I mean, like literally everything that Office Depot sells, you just get like a huge discount off of that. Okay. Build, Assign, Call Fire. I love Call Fire. Once you become a member, you'll get like text blast reminding you of the main meeting and stuff. That's all through Call Fire. If you are a wholesaler, you want to sign up for Call Fire, right? Because once you put a house under contract, you want to text it out to everybody, right? So normally they charge 5 cents a minute, but South Atlanta REIA, we get 2 cents for not a minute per text. All right, so it's like super huge discount. And local market monitor is like every single month they send you like a report on how Atlanta market is. I know there's a lot of realtors on here that you probably get this, but if you're not a realtor and you want to know how the Atlanta market is, and they send you this nice report, and they send you like a video explaining it all and stuff too. So I really like that. Rent Perfect manages like all rental stuff. And then partnership is like a mailing thing. 1-800-GOT-JUNK, escrow services, right? So these are all the benefits of the South Atlanta REIA. So I think those are really good. And then under partners, so these are all ones. So benefits are the ones that the national REIA went out and did, if you remember, and the partners are the ones that I went out and said, like, hey, we need these. So I wanted to just go over those really fast. Okay, so RealFlow is another back office system that you can use to manage all of your stuff, like your CRM and your your like rehabbing stuff and your mailing and like your websites and whatever. It's basically a software that manages your back office. It's just like REI Pro and the other one that I can't remember. Podio. Okay. Okay, land trusts. This is from this is all if you're interested in land trusts. I buy all of my stuff all through land trust. So that's offered through Mr. Land Trust. If you don't know him, his name is Randy Hughes, and he is an amazing guy. And he was just here a couple months ago teaching as well how to purchase in land trusts. American Tracers, they gave us a special deal. I think it's like, usually they charge like $37 a month to get like 20 names skip traced, but like for South Atlanta REIA, I think he did like $20 a month, so he did like a huge discount for us. So that's a skip tracing company, right? So once you start getting into investing, you're going to want to know how to skip trace people and pull up their data and stuff. So this is the company that we use for that. And then Jack Bosch is going to come and teach. He's probably going to come. If you don't know Jack Bosch, he teaches land, all things land. And he's also an amazing guy, super, super sweet guy. He's going to come, like, I don't know if it's September, October, or November, but he's going to come one of those months and teach. So I'm really excited about that. He came like 2 years ago. So it's about time for him to come back. And Investment Dominator is also one of Jack Bosch's. That's for land. That's like how to manage all your land stuff. The Credit People is a company that does like credit. And then Investor Carrot, they're going to be doing a webinar here in the next couple of months, and they do online. They do websites, but it's like investor websites. I highly recommend, if you want to be an investor, to go check them out, because basically what you do is you pay like a fee per month for their website, and then what they do is they generate leads for you. Right. And so you get all these leads. And I know people that are doing, like, I know one person that they did like 150 deals last year, and all their leads were generated through Investor Carrot. So it's like a lead generating website that's built for you, is what it is. It's really awesome. And they'll be doing a webinar here in the next couple months. We're trying to schedule it. QuickBooks is on here. And FreedomSoft is another back office one. So there's like 4 or 5 different back office companies that you'd want to, if you're interested in looking at any of those, just do like the free trial on one, and then like say, okay, like let me go try this other one and see how that one is. And usually it's like 15 to 30 days for each of them, so you can check it out. Okay. Constant Contact, Investor Pro is a website. ZenFusion, they do all Facebook stuff. If you want somebody to manage your Facebook ads, that's ZenFusion. All right, that's what they do. Legal Shield, we talked about. House flipping spreadsheet, I love the spreadsheet. So he's going to be also doing a webinar in the next couple of months, and basically it's like these one big huge spreadsheets where you can literally, like, from start of like when you're comping out your house all the way through like putting the scope of work, putting your budget together, your rehab budget, and then your like scope of work, and then your spec sheet, and then all the numbers that you generate throughout the whole spreadsheet. At the very end, it spits it out and tells you like what your ROI is. It's like this master spreadsheet, and you do like one spreadsheet per rehab is what you do, right? That's the house flipping spreadsheet. And he will be doing a webinar too in the next couple of months, and really also really nice guy. And the Rehab Valuator is just like this, but it's like not as complicated, right? It's a rehab spreadsheet, but it doesn't do like from start to finish. So if you don't want like the big one and you just want like a little one, that's what you would get here. Infusionsoft is like a back office. This is what I use to manage everything. Trust. This is a friend of mine, Ronnie, that does all living trust. So if you're interested in doing that, he gives like a discount or whatever. And so here's more spreadsheets. That's from the house flipping. There's a wholesaling spreadsheet, and then just like a repair estimate spreadsheet. So he separated those out from his master sheet, and he made 2 separate ones. All right. And then show me the rental is like where they pre-screen and do like for rentals, they pre-screen and you can put like a lock on your box and do codes and stuff like this. So I've met him a couple of times and he's really nice. So that is the benefits and the partners. Okay, so now we're going to go, before we go into membership, I want to go into events. Okay, so you can always see all the different events that we offer just by going to the events page. Okay, so and then you can see every single week, if you haven't gotten it already, now that you've signed up, you'll get the weekly newsletter. Okay, and the weekly newsletter is basically everything that's happening within the week or maybe in the next couple of weeks, right? So you have like a forecast. We only send out an email on Sunday nights, and that's the weekly newsletter, and that gives you like an update of everything that's happening over the next couple of weeks in the South Atlanta area. And let me take a look at it. Well, I'll show you what it looks like so you can see if you haven't seen it already. And I love the newsletter because it gives you kind of just a snapshot of like what's going on. So you see, you'll always have the main meeting at top. You'll have the upcoming workshops coming up, right? So you can see we have Rentals 101 with Mark. That's the landlord coach. That's the guy that I talked about was here last month. He's doing a 2-day event. And he's going to do all things passive income. How do you set your business up for passive income? He manages like $40 million in passive income. That's what he does. Isn't that crazy? $40 million. So the 2-day social boot camp with the social media boot camp with Bob McIntosh. I talked about that. That's on June 8th and 9th. And then I will be doing a workshop on self-storage is coming up too as well. So this, like you always have in the weekly newsletter, the upcoming workshops, and then you have why join, and then you have the webinars coming up. See, so the webinar for tonight is obviously there. When you join and become a member of the South Atlanta REIA, once a month I do a webinar. It's called Ask Me Anything. Right? So it's for members only, and you get on and you literally ask me anything, right? So you ask me like, it's all real estate related, of course, but I have had some personal questions, but so basically it's like, hey, like, is this deal a good deal? Or, how do I do, like how do I do a subject to deal? Or can you give me some ideas on some new marketing that I can do? Like, I feel like I'm stuck. Or, any type of question. Can you help me like screen contractors? Can you help me? What's the best way to find contractors? Any and also if you feel like you're getting stuck, and also it's really good to even just get on and just listen to everybody else's questions, because I'm telling you that everybody has the same questions and you learn so much. And I just get on and just for an hour I answer everybody's questions. So it's a really good learning opportunity. And then you can see this webinar here is for it's for Advanta IRA, and they're going to be doing like self-directed IRAs and how to utilize your money that's in your IRA for investing purposes. So he's going to do a webinar on that. So in the weekly newsletter, you'll always get the upcoming webinars coming up. And then you'll get the upcoming super groups. We have not gone over super groups yet, but I'll go over those in just a second. But essentially, we have the main meeting on the first Wednesday of every single month, and then we have like 12 super groups, okay? And I call them super groups because in the South Atlanta REIA, there's nothing sub in my group. Everything is always just super, right? So you'll notice that when you come to the main meeting, especially. But so the super groups are, and we have so many different types. I'll go over there in just a second, but you can see what's coming up right now is the Lean and Learn. So that's all tax lien stuff. Wholesaling 101 is Mike Watkins. He's our wholesaling coach for the South Atlanta REIA. He's doing a 12-week webinar boot camp right now, and he's also doing a boot camp coming up in July. And then the morning grind is like our early, like wake up early and have a breakfast together and like get your day started kind of a meeting. And that's with Dale Williams. He's really amazing. So you can always see the upcoming webinars on the weekly newsletter. Here's our member of the month. Here, okay, so one of the awesome things about being a member of the Southland REIA is that when you become a member of Southland REIA, you get to, if you become an action taker, there's two different types of memberships. You can post your houses for sale in the member site. Once you post them for sale in the member site, they automatically go to the weekly newsletter, right? And then we market those. So my weekly newsletter goes to almost 20,000 people per week, right? So that really kind of puts your houses in front of 20,000 people every single week, right? And so if you have any houses that you want to sell, then you would go into the member group, and I'm going to show you in just a second how to do that. And then you just post your houses, and then they pop up right here on the weekly newsletter, right? So you can see that we've got 2 houses right now for sale by 2 of the members. And then you can just click on those and view detail. Here's our vendor of our week. The vendor of a week always has a blog that they write. And then any ads down here as well too. Like this is Mark, and he's one of our vendors, and he does foreclosure lists. So he gets an ad down there. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about is our affiliate program, right? So you can always sign up as an affiliate of the Southland REIA. And then if you get somebody to sign up, so if you start referring people, then you get paid, right? So become an affiliate of the Southland REIA, get your own link, right? And then start getting other people to sign up, and then you just get paid for it as well, okay? So that's our affiliate program. And then that's it for that. That's it for this. You can see. So we'll go now out of the weekly newsletter back into the main website, so you can see all of the events that are coming up here on the upcoming events. Okay, we have so many events. So usually we have like at least 2 to 3 webinars a month and at least 2 to 3 workshops a month. Okay, and every single one of the webinars and workshops are all just education for you, you know, any type of education that you want to learn. You know, like I said, you want to become a transaction engineer. You want to be able to handle any type of deal that comes across your plate. You want to know what you can what you could do for that deal if it comes across your plate. Okay. So now here's the events page. So you see there's a calendar, okay? And on the calendar is all the different events that we have. And then you can always click here and just open it up if you want to click all these. But then you can have, and then you see the main meetings are coming up. So these are the ones that the first 4 are always on the main page. And then you can scroll down and you can see like what's coming up. So we've got the wholesaling webinar. Haves and Wants is a super group. Haves and Wants is like basically you go and you have to speak at this thing. You get up and you say what you have. I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm an investor and I have a house to sell. And then you say what you want. I'm trying to sell this house, but really what I want is a storage facility in the mountains. Okay, and you get up and just introduce yourself, and you get like a minute or 2 to talk. It's really actually a very fun, because then everybody gets to go around and you get to meet everybody and stuff. And then afterwards you can exchange cards. And the next event that we have coming up would be how to train your tenants. This is a webinar that's coming up with the landlord coach, Mark. He's going to teach. He has like the best ideas for how to train your tenants. I love that. And then we have the boot camp. So you can always come to the events page to see all of the different events. And we usually have them going up through at least the next month or 2. Okay, we have at least like 2 months. Okay, so you can kind of plan out, then you can add it right to your calendar so you have it right on your calendar. Okay, that is the events page. Let's see. Somebody had asked about the 12-week wholesaling online boot camp. Okay, yeah. So we're starting to do this. We're going to be doing one in the spring and one in the fall, just so you know, if you do want to learn how to wholesale. We have two different ways. You can do a 2-day boot camp. There's a 2-day boot camp coming up in July, and we have those like at least twice a year. And then we also have 12-week wholesaling online courses where Mike just gets online, and then you come on Sunday night from 7 to 8, and then it's just an online thing where he goes over everything. He gives you some homework, and then you go and do your stuff for the next week, and then you come back and then you do it again. And yes, Joseph asked if you wanted to sign up now for that, you would get all of the courses before and all of them after as like kind of like a package, and you can watch them all whenever you want to watch them. You just get them all. So for instance, we just had it yesterday and somebody just signed up yesterday. So literally you can sign up whenever, and then you get it, and then you can watch them whenever. And that's why we do the webinars that way. That's why I love webinars anyways, is because if you don't make it, and then you can watch it later, right? So that's the good thing about it. Now, most of our webinars for the South Atlanta REIA are all for members. Every once in a while, I'll do like a public one, but most of the webinars are going to be members only. And then if you become an action taker, you'll be able to go later into the member site and then rewatch those as well, okay? So, and then so you can see, and you can check, if you want to, Joseph, just go later and you can come to this website, check it out, and see if you're interested in it or not. And so that's the events tab. Okay, super groups. Okay, all right. So now we got our super groups. Okay, so we have so many different super groups. We literally just started a new super group. It's called the Creative Deals 101. All right, and Deanna Britt is teaching it, and she basically is going to bring local people from Atlanta in to talk about creative structuring of deals, right? So subject to owner financing, lease option, sandwich lease option. That's what she's going to come in and she's going to talk about. So if you, like I said, you want to become a transactional engineer. So this group, I highly recommend you at least check it out. We just did the first meeting last week, and I've already had a couple people write back and say that it was an awesome meeting. So if you really want to learn how to invest, great, learn how to wholesale, learn how to rehab, but you need to learn how to become a transactional engineer as well too, right? So you want to go to that meeting, and then we have workshops on this as well too, that we can teach and stuff over the year. Okay, so now our super groups. We have the West Side group. So if you live in Douglasville, this one is taught by Elcia, and so she's over in Douglasville. So that's where she kind of does all her stuff, and she does a lot of rentals over there. She does rehabs and rentals in that area. So go check that out. Pi is in the East. Property Investors East is what it's called. So that's over out like Logansville area out, and that's where Tammy Ledbetter is. And all of the super group leaders, I'm telling you, you want to meet them because they are phenomenal. And so that's out in the East Side. The way down south is down in Noonan. The Realtor Investor Connection group meets, and all of these groups meet once a month, just so you know. And you can always click on it if you want to click on it, and then you can get more information there. Or you can always go to the events tab, and then you can see like when it is and stuff like this. And the Realtor Investor Connection group is where literally like basically what was happening is that investors are coming to me and saying like, I can't find a realtor that wants to put offers in for me because my offers are too low. But there are realtors out there that actually want to work with investors. So basically my idea was like, why not connect these? So we have like realtors coming to this group and investors coming, and the realtors are like, yeah, I'll work with you. Let's figure this out. Like I'll put some offers in and help you get these houses, and then work out a deal. So maybe on the back end, I can sell your house as well too, right? So it's kind of like the connection group. And Shervin is a realtor and an investor, and he leads that group. Okay. And the Real Women in Real Estate Luncheon, that is led by Donna Bellamy, who is amazing. I highly recommend if you're a woman to go there and check it out. And so she does like women in real estate meetings and like how to be like a woman, how to be like, a woman in real estate, right? And okay, so then I do the super secret meetings. All right, these are the masterminds that I was talking about. The masterminds are for members only. Once you become a member, you can become a life changer, right? So we have two different memberships. I'm going to go over that in just a second. Life changers and action takers. Once you become a life changer, you can go to all the supergroup meetings for free. You can come to the main meeting for free, all right? And so the masterminds are super secret. I can't tell you where they are. You have to, once you become a member, then you have to pay. We have a very nice dinner, and then we meet, and then we eat, and then we mastermind, right? And then we have like basically 2 topics that we mastermind over. So if any of y'all have done 2 or more deals, then you would want to go to the beginners group. And if you've done 10 or more deals, you would go to the advanced group. And, you know, because from 2 to 10, you really have a different kind of a business compared to like 10 and over. When you get to 10, you're kind of just like, I know, like, you know, I kind of know what I'm doing now. Like, how do I scale up, you know, and things like this. You know, how do I hire employees? Whereas 2 to 10 is like, okay, you know, how do I organize my company, get that organized and stuff? How do I do more marketing? How do I find more deals? All right, so, and then we talked about the tax lien. So if you're interested in tax liens, Chantel teaches that every single month. The rehab walkthrough, we're going to be doing a rehab walkthrough. We do one once if not every month, every couple of months. We'll do one depending on the weather and stuff, because like in the winter it gets a little too cold. But the rehab walkthrough is always a member doing a rehab, and then you can just go to their house, and they'll walk through, and they'll tell you kind of the story of how they found it, how they put the scope of work together, how they put this, you know, this kind of stuff together. Moving forward, giving back is the charity arm of the South Atlanta REIA. Okay, so and that's like where we literally, like, we're focusing on housing for veterans. We're focusing on teaching financial literacy. So if you're interested in any charity work, that's our charity arm. That's led by Angela Davenport, and we meet on a regular basis. And then the Rehabbing 101. So if you're interested in learning how to rehab, I highly recommend you go to Rehabbing 101 Supergroup, which is led by Jennifer Butler. And Jennifer is amazing, right? She is doing, like, I think she was doing that one time at maybe 7 to 10 new construction houses, and then she's probably doing like 7 to 10 rehabs at one time, right? So she'll go through and like talk about all the different like things about rehabbing and stuff is what she'll do. And then the Wholesaling 101 is led by Mike Watkins, and he's our wholesaling teacher of the South Atlanta REIA. He's a really good guy. And then we have the vacation and short-term rental, which is like all Airbnb stuff. So if you're interested in like Airbnb, short-term rentals, that's the group for you. Very, very Rich Renero teaches that. That's a very good group. The land group, if you're interested in land, you would go to land. That's all things land. The morning grind is the morning one that we talked about. Haves and wants we talked about. And then real estate investing 101 is the beginners group. If you are a beginner investor, you would go to real estate investing 101. And Damien teaches this group, and he's phenomenal as well too. And he'll just start with like all the beginner, like what should my first couple of steps be? That's kind of what he goes over every single month. Okay, so those are our super groups. Now, when you come to the main meeting, you'll be able to meet them, because they all come as a requirement for being a super group leader. I make them all come to the main meeting. So most of the time, you're going to meet at least like half, if not more, of them here. Okay, so that is that. And then you can see right here, you see properties for sale, right? So this is what we talked about. This is where you can click on it, and then you'll see all of the properties that are for sale from the members, right? So when you go to the member site and you put your property in, it's going to pop up, and then you can see all of the houses for sale. So if you ever want to buy any houses, you would go here and be like, oh, all these houses, and you can just click on it and go through. All these houses are always sale. And like I said, those go into the weekly newsletter every single week to the, and then we also post out in Facebook and in social media about this too. So you'll see Ivan is my my social media person, and he posts out all over like, hey, check out all these houses that our members have for sale. So we do like basically we do marketing for you is what we do. Okay. All right, and then, so now we are going into the member side. I want to make sure we get into the member side a little bit here. So this is like, once you sign in, you're going to get access. Once you become a member, you're going to get access to the member site. Actually, before I did that, I didn't go over the memberships. Let me just do that real fast. So we have 2 different memberships, okay? We have life changers and action takers, all right? Life changers, the reason I call it life changers is because once you start learning how to invest in real estate, it's going to change your life, right? I started out like, you know, almost 8, 9 years ago, and I literally had no idea what I've done, what I was doing in real estate, right? And I just kind of like have learned along the way and stuff. But I've done so many different types of transactions now, and it's literally changed my life. I mean, we are, you know, we have a life that is amazing. Like I literally only work like a couple hours a week now, you know, because I've set myself up. Right, so it's going to change your life once you get into investing and you stick with it, right? So I can teach you and give everything that you need, but you got to stick with it. You know, as I said, it's 9 years later. And, you know, we're working still, but we're also like, you know, we have a lot of free time as well, which is really nice. So, okay, so memberships, and you can always go here and check it out. But we have two memberships, the Life Changers and the Action Takers. Action Takers, you know, this is like, Action Takers is like, okay, like I don't have it, you know, I need to take it to the next level. Like Life Changers is going to be like, I want to come to the main meetings. I want to, you know, I go to all the super group meetings. I want to network. Yeah, I'm going to come to some of the workshops and get discounts and stuff like this. I want to get the benefits, all the national REIA benefits. You know, I want to be a part of the Southland REIA. I can pay $25 a month. Okay. And then the Action Takers is like, I literally like, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. Where do I start? And how do I grow my business? This kind of a thing. Right. So that's the Action Takers. So when you become a life changer, you're going to get to become to the, you're going to come to the main meeting. You're going to come to the super groups. You're going to be able to get access to the national benefits. You're going to come to all the workshops and get discounts for that. You're going to join the private Facebook group and become part of the community. You're going to get the Home Depot, all the Home Depot stuff as well. And if you become an action taker, you're going to have access to the forms directory, the members directory, the scope of work directory, the library of all of the webinars that we've ever done, training videos, blogs, and you're going to be able to list all your properties for sale, right? So it's really a lot of stuff. So I'm going to start showing that to you guys. So I know we're running out of time, but I'm probably going to need about 10 more minutes. So if y'all can hang on for 10 more minutes, I'd really appreciate it. And so that is it. So you can always come here and then you can just decide which one that you want to do when you come. And you can always come for free the first time to the meeting. If you want to just come and check it out at the main meeting, then you can come for free for the first time. Check it out and then you can just join there if you want, okay? So the membership site, all right? So this is my pride and joy. So you're going to sign in once you become a member of the Southland REIA. You're going to get an email with all your login information, and then you're going to just come sign in. And also when you sign up to become a member, you're going to get an email with the Facebook information as well too, so you can join that. And then you're going to be entered into the dashboard. On the dashboard, you're going to have all of the workshops. So you can see all of the events that are coming up. Here's where you can just join right into the private Facebook group. This is all the stuff that's coming up on the South Atlanta REIA page. Here are all properties for sale. Ask the experts. These are all the people in the South Atlanta REIA that say, yes, I want to be a mentor. Right? So if you need a mentor, you would go to Ask the Experts, and then you could schedule time with them, right? And of course, it does cost money, right? But it's not a lot of money. But you would schedule you can schedule either like a 30-minute phone call, or like it's like a 30 or 45-minute phone call. You could do an hour lunch with them. You could shadow them. You could spend a whole day with them. I mean, whatever really that you want, sign-wise, right? Because basically what was happening is people are just like, Stacy, can I shadow you? Stacy, can I go to lunch with you and pick your brain? And Stacy, can you show me everything in 1 hour about investing in real estate? And so basically I just decided I'm going to offer this to people, but I'm so busy that I really honestly don't have enough time to do that. But there are awesome investors within the group that will do this for you. So that way you can have mentors. If you need mentors, we have them available, and they all know like all different things, right? So when you click on it, it'll show you like like Mike can do wholesaling, and he can do this, this, and this, and Tammy can do this, and Alcia can do this, and and it will show you all the different types of things that they're good at. And then you can say like, okay, I see that this person is good at that. I'm going to schedule a time with that person for an hour to get to know them. And then if I want to pursue like a day with them, I can pursue a day with them or whatever, right? Okay, that's called Ask the Experts. All right. And then you have all the properties that are for sale. So there's the dashboard. Okay, we've already been we've already gone over all the benefits. I want to go over the forms directory. Okay, so this is the directory, and we have the forms directory, the member directory, the resource directory, and the vendors directory. Okay, so if you literally are an investor and you have like no contracts at all, you'll have access as an action taker. Remember, as an action taker to the forms directory. And inside the forms directory, we have a purchase and sell agreement. We have a contractor agreement. We have the termination of the purchase and sell agreement. We have another purchase and I'm sorry, that's the assignment. And we have the purchase and sell agreement here. We have lien waivers. We have the basic lease agreement if you're going to do rentals. If you want an option to do options, here's your option agreement. Here's the warranty, right? So once you finish your rehabs, you want to make sure you get a warranty from them. Here's also another lease agreement that you can use. So we have a lot of different forms. And if you need any other form, you just let me know and I'll put it in. We'll figure it out and we'll put it in there. But these are the basic ones that everybody really needs, because basically everybody's asking me like, hey, can I get your contractor agreement? Hey, can I get your purchase and sell agreement? And I say, yes, you can. Please go to the forms directory and just download it right there. Okay. Another thing that you get access to as an action taker is the members directory, right? And every single day we have new members joining and getting on. The back office of the member site, this member site is a very robust member site. So I just had to like up it, like in GoDaddy, I had to like up it because there's so many people getting on and watching videos and downloading and doing all this stuff, which I love. So I don't mind upping it, But like, so every day new people join the South Atlanta REIA, but also every day, not every day really, but every couple of days, like people also don't pay to be South Atlanta REIA members, right? So you want to, as a member, you want to create a master member directory spreadsheet, right? And then you get in there and then there's no way for you to export, right? But if you go in and create this, everybody always has to fill out their name, their phone number, and their email, and you can have this buyers list. You literally have an automatic buyers list, okay? And then you would just, as you start, you just add everybody's names, and then every couple of days or so, go in and check it, and then you add all the new people as well too. So that way you're creating it, because over the course, we started the members directory about a year ago. We've probably had a couple hundred new members join, right? So you want to get in every single day and add those. And then we probably had like maybe 100 or so drop off. So you want to make sure that when those dropped off, you still have those on your buyers list. If that makes sense, right? So you want to utilize your members directory is what I'm saying, as an action taker. Okay, I don't just have that there for me to for everybody to just know who it is. Utilize your members directory. And then you have the resource directory here, where you have all different kinds of resources. If you need any type of resource, you go there. And I'll show you that real fast. So you have guides to real estate investing. You have, credit report stuff, public record stuff, house value comps. So you can click on it. You can get all different kinds of resources here. You have the events, right? So we have all the events coming up, and it's all kind of sectioned out as well too. VIP Impact, 12-week, Masterminds, Rehabbing Academy, weekly newsletters, super groups, upcoming events, main event, and the meetings. Okay, here's the property listings. This is where you would go and add your property. Once you become a member, you add the property. Okay. And then you would just go in here, and then basically you would just fill it in. right? You would add a new one and fill it in, and then you would just go and fill it in. Okay, and these are all the properties that are there, and add a new right here. Okay, and then once you add all the information in, and then it would upload directly to the member site, the main site, and the newsletter. I think that's pretty cool. So property listings, and then you can always check them out right here on the property listings page. And okay, so now we have the audio library. So this is where, I'm sorry, the library. Under library, and this again is where you can see all the properties. The library is where you have all the audio. So every single meeting, right, that we have, we always record it unless the speaker says they don't want to, right? Which only actually one person has ever done that. But we keep them up for the last like 12 months, okay? So you can go back over the last couple of months and you can listen to Randy Hughes, Mr. Land Trust. You can listen to Mark about rentals. You can listen to all of the different speakers that we've had over the last couple of months coming in right here. You can click on that. And then here on the webinars, you can click on that, and literally every single webinar that we've ever done is on this, okay? So if you want to learn about, like John Heyer came to speak, if you want to learn about running comps, if you want to see any of the Ask Me Anythings, or goal setting, or self-directed IRAs, and it all goes by category. So you just pick whichever category, and then you can go through and watch any webinar that you want. Okay. And then also we have trainings as well too, which is also all like maybe like short, like webinars are usually like an hour long, right? The trainings would be like maybe from vendors, and they're anywhere from like 8 to 15 or 20 minutes or something. It's like shorter kind of like training videos. Okay, so those are all here, and these might come from our vendors, like anybody from the benefits, if they want to do short videos and stuff like that. So those are all here as well. There's a glossary, and then there's like a blog page. Okay, and so just wanted to show you the blog. So the blog is where you can go in and just read like hard money loans. You can read IRA, land trust, landlording, millennial. So, and all vendors, all like members write them. All different kinds of people are writing the blogs. Okay, so those are all there for you. And then we have member offers that we're working on. You can get any of the guest speaker courses. If you're interested in anybody that has come previously and you want to buy them, you can just buy them right here, and then they'll just get mailed to you from the guest speaker. Okay. And then the National REIA, this is, like I said, we belong to the National REIA. And the National REIA, honestly, they provide so much information, so much great information. They are doing a webinar next week on the opportunity zones, right? So if you're interested in opportunity zones, I posted it in the private Facebook group. Once you become a member, you'll see how to join that, and you can join and listen to the opportunity zones, because opportunity zones is like a huge big thing right now. If you don't know what that is, then I highly recommend listening to the webinar. So anyways, here's the National REIA page. As a member of the National REIA, we get every single month, we get the journal, right? And then we also get the ROI magazine, and we update those. And when they come in, we update those. So these are always ready for you to read. And then they have all their blogs and stuff that they write are all right here, or I guess they're blogs. And then any type of updates from the National REIA are all right here. So this is our National REIA page, okay? And then we already talked about moving forward, giving back, and the affiliates program. So I think that is it. I can't think of anything. I see some questions, so I'm going to go over the questions, and that may like joggle some stuff for me to go over. But I think now you have the main site and the member site, so you really kind of know what we offer. And let's go through and ask some questions. So Loretta says, I also believe I'm already a member of the Southland REIA. As my profile indicates, I'm a member of the group. I will also need to attend a general meeting. Thanks. Okay, good. Well, now you know all the benefits, Loretta, of the Southland REIA. So make sure you utilize them. All right, all the workshops, all the webinars. Maddie says, as someone who has only signed up for meetups, I feel like I'm already a member of the Southland REIA since I get emails and all the events. As you probably know, the membership options available through Southland REIA come with a higher price tag than a Georgia REIA. Some of the benefits are the same, but there are many different ones. I think that I will attend a general meeting and a few more supergroup events of the Southland REIA to determine if I need to join another REIA. Thanks for this presentation. It was very informative. All right, no problem. I appreciate you coming and listening. Like I said, come and just check us out. It's just a different type of a REIA. I mean, the reason my my REIA is more expensive is because I offer like so much more, honestly, more value, way more value, more webinars, more workshops, and also you're just going to have so much more. You're going to have so much more networking and community events. So, like I said, please come check us out. It is a little bit more expensive, but I promise that you will feel like you're getting your money's worth if you do join. And okay, so the wholesaling, we already talked about that. Question for later. Do you fear that the wholesaling in Atlanta area is too saturated? No, I do not feel that the wholesaling is saturated. What I do fear is that wholesalers have no idea what they're doing. All right. So you have to learn to be a good wholesaler. That is the thing, is you don't want to be one of these wholesalers that is just screwing everything up. Now, what you want to do is you, as a wholesaler, you want to build up your own VIP buyers list. You want to get to know all of the buyers, and you want to really just focus on, because there are a lot of people out there that, you know, just look and they never buy, you know. So that's why you want to come to the speed networking, so you can really start meeting people. You want to go to, you know, you want to go to the events. Like as a wholesaler, I would go to the Rehabbing 101 or the rehab walkthrough, anything that has to do with rehabbing. I would go to those groups, because that's where like essentially everybody is like, they all want to rehab, so they're all going to be buyers, right? And then you want to get involved in the Facebook group, and then post it out. Be like, hey, like, who here is actually doing rehabs right now? I post this out, and you can see, I post this out every once in a while. And I'm like, who's doing rehab? Because the reason I post it now is because I want to find somebody to do a rehab walkthrough. But when you post out who's actually doing a rehab right now, you're going to get like 20 or 30 people saying, I'm doing one. And then, you know, those are all the ones that are buyers. They're all rehabbing right now, right? So utilize the private Facebook group to be smart about that group. Try to figure out who is really doing it, who's really buying. Okay, I'm telling you, in the South Atlanta REIA, we have people that have no idea what they're doing, and they're very new, all the way to people that have done hundreds and hundreds of deals, right? In our advanced mastermind, there's people that have done 500-600 deals, right, over the course of like 10 years or something like this, right? So we have it all from beginning to newbies, right? You just have to get involved in the community so that you can learn who all these people are, right? And I'm telling you, most of the people that are in this, like in the advanced mastermind, they all are willing to help and share and, you know, and to work with you. They all want to. I have a wholesaler that literally last year he did 115 wholesale deals. I mean, that's crazy, right? So, I mean, there are people out there doing a lot of stuff in the South Atlanta REIA. Are you guys affiliated with the Atlanta REIA? We already talked about that. Okay, Maddie says, currently I've done a few private money deals and been a private money lender to a hard money lender. Awesome, I love that. All right, so you're going to loan everybody some money, right, Maddie? Currently looking into deals with low DPS and seller financing. Yeah, so you definitely need to go to the creative financing group. I think that would be a good group for you too, because that's where you talk about how to find those deals. I literally just closed on a seller financing deal. Yeah, I love that deal. I made a lot of money on that one. So I love seller financing, because not only do you make money on the note, you make money on the appreciation as well. So everybody should learn about seller financing. All right, so go to the Creative Deals super group. Okay, good. Any other questions? Anything else? I think, okay, Timothy says, I'm an action taker. I need help with finding buyers, not wholesalers. Yeah. So you as an action taker, you have access to the members directory. So what you want to do is you want to start creating your members directory spreadsheet, and literally like check it and add, check it every couple days, once a week or something, and just add all the newbies on there. And what you want to do, like I just said, is you want to go to anything that has to do with rehabbing, right? You want to go to the Rehabbing 101. You want to go to Rehabbing Walkthrough. You want to come to the speed networking, and you want to do any type of a rehab. That's where you're going to find the buyers. And I just told you, you can just post out and say who's rehabbing in the private Facebook group, and you'll find at least 20 or 30 rehabbers right there that'll answer. Yeah. And also another thing is all of the super group leaders. Most of them, I would say, are rehabbers, or most of them are do rehabbing, and they're all like buyers as well too. So you want to get to know them, and you just have to get involved. I'm telling you, you have to get involved to learn. There's no like way to, here's all the list of all the rehabbers in Atlanta. You can't do that, but you have to get involved, and you start meeting people and stuff like this. So definitely get involved. Please post any more questions. Do you guys have meetings south of Atlanta? We have the way down south meeting. Where are you at, Timothy? Put where you're at so I can see where you can go. We have the way down south meeting. You're in Griffin. Okay, so we have the way down south meeting, which meets in Noonan, and I think they're on a hiatus for right now because the leader took a vacation. But when they get back, then you can check it out and go check that group out. And like I said, we are moving to the 4 Points by Sheraton, which is on the 285 and the 20, which is, kind of south, but it's not too bad. So it's going to take you like an hour to get there. But honestly, it takes everybody an hour to get anywhere in Atlanta. So, your excuse cannot be it's too far to come to the main meeting. Okay. And there was a private, let me see private. There was something private here. I don't see any private. Okay. No. Okay, I don't see any other questions. Do you think I got it? I think I got everything for y'all. So hopefully you guys feel like you were a little bit more informed of all of the benefits. You can always email questions@southatlantareia.com, and that comes straight to me. And please let me know if you need anything. Oh, make sure that I see you at 5 o'clock on June 5th. All right, so it's open to everybody, and let's mastermind, and let me just help you kind of get started as well. Okay. All right, I think that's it. Y'all have a good night. Okay, thank you guys. I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye. Thank you. Bye.